you think you played?
Scooch up a little bit, Brock.
Oh,
Yeah.
this way?
Yeah, towards the mic. Yeah, there you go, man.
I think overall it was a pretty solid day. Obviously still room for improvement, but overall pleased. You don't want to have a bad game because you think about it all summer, all fall, but I think it was pretty solid, but like I said, always room for improvement.
The first time we talked to you, Brock, you talked about that dual threat versus pocket passer kind of thing, but Coach Hampton's made it clear that the quarterback run game will be part of his offense. How do you think that part fits in, especially what we saw today? So.
Obviously a couple designed quarterback runs today with basically just a box count with a draw, and the looks were there to run it. So when we call a run play, you're going to try to go get it. Obviously, really pleased with the guys on the perimeter as well. But when Coach Hampton, if he calls my number, if it's a read game, obviously if it's all even, I'm going to hand it off to the dudes that came here to run the ball on the perimeter. But other than that, if it's there, then I'm going to try to go take it and get it.
Defenders ever complain about that in this kind of format?
With this stuff? Yeah, so today, like, basically, everyone wasn't live, so it was kind of the same, but you get a little bit of that treatment in some of those live scrimmages, like, oh man, I'd have had you here, and oh man, I'd have broke that tackle, and me and Chip are going back and forth talking about if we'd have scored or not on a couple of our runs, but I mean, that's all up in the air. We had a couple guys out on both sides of the ball, so I think it was really smart that we were able to stay up today.
Mark, what's the summer going to be like for you? What do you want to concentrate before fall starts?
So the summer for me in the offense basically will be being able to take a step back. So if you think about it, we had Coach Hammond come in, and it was wheels on the ground rolling, installing meat and stuff, and I feel like I haven't really had a breather since that first day that he came in. And so going into summer and this next week, obviously tweak some things, do some corrections, but after that, being able to take a step back and see things that are looking good, see things that need to be cleaned up, obviously. But basically just an overview and fine-tune some things. Some stuff's looking really good, some stuff's looking not so good on my part. But other than that, basically just a big overview of what we need to work on and how we can work on that, and things that we're gonna try to pride ourselves on, making sure that we run those plays perfectly. And being able to do that this summer and going into the fall will be really exciting.
Coach said that Cutter's probably a little frustrated with him for the way that he ended practice. What do you kind of say to a young guy who maybe makes a mistake in a game like this or a practice like this?
Basically for what I was thinking about, and I told him about it a little bit after, was, dude, like, you've had a great spring. Like, you can't let one play define you, and you'll be thinking about it. If he's anything like me, he'll be rerunning in his mind 50 times, thinking about what he could have done better if he was late, if he was faster, if it was the ball placement, anything like that. But he's had a great spring, and you can't really beat yourself up on one play. There at the end, they were kind of just airing it out, and sometimes that happens whenever the DB obviously made a good play, and it's just good football players out there. So Cutter, he's had a great spring. He had a great spring game today. Wouldn't let one play define him, and make sure to let him know that after.
We saw the design runs part, but what's going through your mind when you're rolling out, kind of like on that play where you hit AB down the field?
So basically, that was okay. Crazy enough, that was the first time like all spring I haven't like had a problem with the listening to the stuff. So I thought they said, I'm not gonna say the terms, but
Yeah.
two of the terms obviously ended with OP. Okay, so I was like, I thought it was one play, but it was really the other. So when I saw Barryon turn around, I said, oh my gosh, like, what the heck? So like, I was like, dang, Barryon didn't run the right route. I heard the wrong thing. So I just had to extend the play, make AB obviously turn around, catch the ball, and it's good being able to work scramble drill with those guys, because I mean, anytime you can get 20 guys, obviously to the left of the hash or whatever like that was, and you're creating one-on-ones with one of your dynamic wideouts on the outside, that's a win for the offense. I just got to do a good job putting the ball in their hands.
Talk about the 50-50 ball, like Key and Nigel and people like that. Talk about how those tough catches, you see those tough catches made like that.
Oh yeah, yes sir. It's really good to be able to see that from the guys. Obviously Dan had a great one today with Dan and Barryon and Dingle and most of those guys that were out there. I think those are more than 50-50s for the offense. So you're throwing to Dan, you're trying to put anywhere near him, because that dude, he's going to go get the ball, and made a great play today, getting both his feet in and a good catch. And like I said, just put anywhere near him and they'll do the rest.
Brock, Coach said he was happy with the pace of this offense. As you pointed out before, you've run this quite a bit in terms of no huddle and all. How did that feel to you?
The pace today? The pace was pretty smooth today. Obviously, this was our first, or I mean, not our first, but like second or third of the spring of this guy. And you got to keep in mind, most of the guys that are in our room have huddled after every play and stuff. They've never really looked at signals. They've listened to the full call in the huddle. They've clapped. They've jogged up to the line. So I mean, it went a lot smoother than I really thought today because as I was talking to some of y'all last Saturday, wasn't really happy with the pace of play on my part. I didn't have a great day, and I think that whenever I'm able to take control and get guys lined up, we're able to play a lot faster, which is obviously an advantage for the offense. So I thought today was a lot smoother in terms of pace of play. Obviously, with subs and stuff like that, the defense, they'll be able to sub, but if we don't sub, we're trying to run the play. Like, if the D-line don't have their hand in the ground, that's on them, because we don't got to wait on them. But other than that, I would say it was pretty solid with the pace of play.
Brock, how much is your just approach, being you're at Kentucky, having just this leadership role, how much is your just approach to the game? How much has it changed, or if at all, just now that you're in just like this bigger stage?
I wouldn't say it's changed too much because I don't really see myself as a big rah-rah guy. I'm a guy that's obviously, referring back to my buddy Brock Bowers, obviously he didn't say a word, and obviously, like, you go in, you do your job. People know the time you put in. They see that, they respect that, and they trust that you're going to go make plays on Saturday. Obviously, though, being a quarterback, you have to be a little more vocal. So being able to be a little more vocal with the guys and just keep on demanding the standard that we've set on offense already. Obviously, I wouldn't say coming out of my shell, but being more vocal with those guys, and then carrying out my face, stuff like that, watching extra film. Like, it's easier to follow a guy when you know that they've put in the work, and I'm going to make sure I do my job. Obviously, have done a pretty good job this spring, but going into the summer and fall, just meeting with those guys, me watching film, me doing my part.
Mark said he thought the routine plays looked pretty routine in the pass game. How much of this offense is just taking what the defense gives you?
Yes, sir. So basically, that's how I see the quarterback position and offense in general is like Tony Romo. Coach Hammond has told us several times. Tony Romo sees 4 verts as the running backs play. You're spreading everybody out, and you got a one-on-one with your running back and the Mike linebacker. He's got to make him miss. If something presents itself on the perimeter, then obviously you're going to take it. But you're looking. Hey, I'm going to take this if it's there, and moving the chains and little dinks and dunks like that. That's something where we're going to be perfect at. I'm taking 3 steps as fast as I can. I'm throwing it to him. That corner might miss the tackle. If not, 6-yard gain, 2nd and 4, 2nd and 5, and just being really efficient at some of those plays is something that we really stressed. And Coach Hammond related today's game. What he said, he wanted the quarterbacks to come out there and be the most boring golfers ever, is what he said today. So he said, you're going to go out there, you're going to pull out your 3-wood, and you're going to hit it 200 yards straight down the pipe. You're going to have a great approach shot, and if something presents itself, then you take it. But if not, you just take what the defense gives you.
Brock, when spring officially ends after a couple more days, does a quarterback need time off, or do you pick up, like, grabbing receivers and get back to throwing right away?
I'm not sure how, obviously, Kentucky has done it before with May, but normally May is kind of like everybody do their own thing. I'll be able to take time to go back home, see the family and stuff like that. I'm not going to be throwing 6 days a week, but obviously I'm not going to take 4 weeks off. But being able to go and throw with whoever, go train with whoever, and come back after May and be ready, because after that June, basically to the season, you have the 4th of July, maybe a couple of days off after camp. But other than that, it's a long ride after that. So May is basically just making sure your body's right, making sure you're coming back ready for summer conditioning, and it's more individual stuff. But then in June and July, we'll definitely start amping that stuff up.
Where do you feel like your biggest growth has been this spring?
Kind of goes back to taking what they give you. I felt like maybe the first couple of days of practice, I'm like, dang, like maybe these guys don't think I'm good. Like, I'm trying to rip go balls in there. Like, nah, dude. You're like, if the go ball's there, if it presents itself, put it anywhere near those guys are going to go catch it. But just taking what they give me. Basically, Brad Johnson, he told me taking the check down, got him a 20 by 40 foot pool in his backyard, and he played in the league for 15, 16 years. So being able to just do that and be smart with the ball, that's another thing. Is at the quarterback position, you got to be like this right here, and it can't be you have great plays and then you have awful plays. You have great. It's got to be just this right here. And man, if something's there, take it. If not, find the check down, find the guy that we're trying to get the ball to in the flat. He might make someone miss. If not, then like I said, 2nd and 5, 2nd and 6.
Mark, you obviously weren't here the last time Bo was, but he's looked so much improved since the last time we saw him. What's kind of stood out to you with him this spring?
Bo's definitely had a great spring. I think the quarterback room overall has had a pretty solid spring, and some of the stuff Coach Hammond was stressing to us, that making sure we all pull from each other, because everybody brings something different to the table in the quarterback room. And Bo, he's really mature. We talk to each other about coverages and stuff. It's great being able to trot off the field and say, hey, like, what'd you see there? Or him do the same to me, and hey, I saw this. I thought it was a great read. Hey, I thought you maybe could have done this. Basically, just me and Bo have developed a really good relationship this spring, and I believe that's so crucial in the quarterback room, is being able to trust those guys. And obviously, at the end of the day, there's competition. There's competition in every position group. But being able to know that guy, he wants the best for you deep down, and that's just making sure that we do that. And same with Cutter. Like Cutter, me and Bo and Ham even have had a great spring together, getting to know each other. Maybe get to golf a little bit in a couple of weeks, but we'll see what's coming up. But yeah, Bo and Cutter and Ham have had a great spring.
Brock, you mentioned earlier a problem with the new scenario. Just as a quarterback, how different is that, and how big an adjustment is that just playing the game?
Yes, sir. It's really a huge adjustment, and gosh, it's not a huge adjustment. It's a huge positive. Like, it's not a big adjustment at all, because you're thinking, like, when I'm sitting there in my bed or at my desk or something, and I'm reading the play. All right, I'm reading it out loud how Coach Hammond would say it, and it's just visualizing it. Because normally, whenever you're looking over there, you're looking at the signals and stuff. You're visualizing, okay, is this formation? We're coming with this motion, then we're going to play this. Like, whenever you hear it, you're telling the O-line what they need to hear, and then you're processing while everybody else is still looking at the signals. So basically, the quarterback position is able to play a lot faster, and you'll see me lined up sometimes before other guys because I am hearing it. And some of the signalers have the same headset, so they're hearing it at the same time, but then we go formation motion guy, play direction guy. So some of that stuff's a little different, but I've loved it so far, and haven't had much issues with it at all. And obviously, we'll be able to work out technical difficulties and stuff like that, but really that one hiccup that we had today, which was my fault. But other than that, I've really enjoyed it.
All right, guys, thank y'all so much. Thank you.